Hello and welcome to another episode of the Snowflakes Dum Dum, where we cover various stories, some weird, funny and unusual stories here. Mainly goofy ones to look out for. This one I've got for you is one from the Metro. It's a very, very common sense, shall we say, lost one here. Now, it's of course very understandable that whenever you buy something, especially a large item, you have to get it home, obviously, especially if it's one that you can't carry yourself, or it could be quite a large object that you need a vehicle or public transport or transportation in order to get it to your home. Some things are just a bit too big for your vehicle. If you have a car, you can still put a fair amount in your car, pretty much. But fitting a wardrobe is not so ideal. This driver thought it would be a good way to transport his wardrobe. I don't know about you guys, but something tells me that this feels incredibly not only unsafe, but dangerous and stupid all in the same time. It's sticking out like that is definitely a cause for a scare, especially if you're somebody who was driving behind such a vehicle. Now, it's entirely possible in the context of this that perhaps maybe he used cable ties, he or she, whoever the driver was, who transported it home, may have wrapped it around for the cable ties, and maybe some people might not have thought so. But this seems rather silly. In other cases, some people, what they tend to do when they use a large object to transport with their vehicle, they stick it on top of the car and strap it with a bunch of straps to hold it down to get it from A to B as well. I don't think when they bought this wardrobe, they quite really thought about how to go about bringing it home, did they? Moving larger furniture from one place to another when all you've got is a Fiat 500 can be a little tricky. You can be really bothered with paying more to hire a van than it would be the cost to buy something second-hand on Facebook Marketplace. This driver seems to think they have the solution. FedEx! They took the unconventional step of wedging their wardrobe in the boot and took it for a drive through Hastings, Sussex. Totally understand the need, for sometimes, you want to get something cheaper than rather than getting it from the shop, from like a charity shop or from Facebook Marketplace, where you can get some value for money there. There is also the possibility of getting scammed by certain if you're not careful when you're selling things online as well, which is totally understandable. But clearly, did they not look at the picture before purchasing it and thinking about it? Now, maybe it's entirely possible this may have been very, very cheap, but I don't think really common sense was applied here, if I'm honest. Unfortunately for the two people in the car, they were spotted by the police. The details on Twitter is how they suspected that something was amiss. They carried out further investigation and concluded they had been incorrectly loaded. In the end, they had to carry the wardrobe to its destination. Hastings police tweeted, after giving advice to the driver regarding its insecure load, he and his friends decided to carry the item for the rest of its journey. You take a risk, and you taking a risk there, and they got caught out because of their decision making. A very clumsy decision of that indeed. Sometimes a bargain can be just so good, you get that bargain, and you just have no safe means of getting that bargain home. I can imagine that carrying it at home was probably a right pain in the backside. But this is what happens when you don't apply common sense to certain things. I'm sure that there might have been maybe the ideas and that I suggested were probably a bit more better, shall we say, on this matter. But they got the wardrobe in the end, so I guess that's all that matters, isn't it? But what do you guys think? How would you have dealt with this situation that these people were in? Whether it was man or woman or the people involved in it, how would you have dealt with this situation when it comes to a wardrobe like that and trying to fit it in a car like that? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to catch you for another episode of Snowflake Dum Dums.